I go think what's my business. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Priscilla. I create faith and lifestyle content here on YouTube and on Instagram. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate you. So for starters, today's video we are shooting at a different location. I know this is the location where I shoot the vlogs, not the sit downs. The sit downs I normally shoot at home, the vlogs I normally shoot at work. But I've just been having, sorry, someone has started their car outside. I've just been having a very interesting couple of days, and I haven't mastered the energy to actually shoot the video at home. Because for me to shoot the video at home, a lot goes into it, but that's not what you're here to listen to. Today I want to talk to you about a verse that God had been iterating in my mind last week, and it's been a verse that I've had in my mind for months, not for months, for years actually. I've had it since I was in high school, but last week God just brought it up back to my mind, and I thought maybe we could share it because we shared it at church, and it was very beneficial to them, and I hope it will be beneficial to you. So the verse is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 11. It says, I'm going to read it in the New Living Translation. It says, make it your goal to live a quiet life, minding your own business and working with your hands, just as we instructed you before. So I'll read it again. Make it your ambition to live a quiet life, minding your own business and working with your hands, just as we instructed you before. Now there are three things that this verse highlights. 1, living a quiet life. 2, minding your own business. 3, working with your own hands. And we live in a generation in which where people earn a living out of not minding their own business, not living a quiet life, and working with everything but their hands. And in this day and age, this verse is very relevant to us because once again, I don't know if you've been a Christian for long enough, you probably know that the things that God requires of us are always contrary to what the society is promoting or the society is agreeing with. For starters, it says make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. In this day and age, we live in a society where people are making money out of putting their business out there and showing people, oh, this is what I need. Just basically drawing attention to themselves. And one of the things I understood about living a quiet life is a quiet life seeks to draw attention to everything. A quiet life seeks to draw attention away from itself and attention toward God. You see, we were created not to have attention for ourselves, but attention for God. Now, a quiet life, from what personally, it is something that I have always wanted to have. A quiet life where I'm just minding my own business and doing what it is that God requires me to do. And one of the things that I fell into is anything but a quiet life. For the past few months, I've been focusing on everything but a quiet life because the direction in which I want my life to go towards, it's like that is what is being promoted. So God brought this verse up to me again in the sense that it is something that to live a quiet life is something that I've always wanted. But I got distracted and started seeking anything but a quiet life. See, one of the characteristics of a quiet life is that a quiet life seeks to glorify God. You see, like I said, we're not made for glory. Everything that seeks to glorify us, we're supposed to direct it towards God. And it's so interesting today because I've seen people who've lived life like that. They've lived in the public eye for a very long time, but everything about their life is glorifying God. And that is the quiet life that we should desire to have. A life that does not seek to draw attention to ourselves. Instead, it seeks to draw attention to God. That is the quiet life. The quiet life does not it is not chasing the next high. I don't know if you get by that. It is not jumping on the next trend. It is not doing this. Yani, it is irrelevant. Yes. I have a friend who has a podcast. It's called Irrelevant for Christ. And when he talks about irrelevant, is like living a life that is contrary to society because you're living a life that is pleasing to God. Now, a quiet life does not seek to be relevant in the society. It does not, as is, a quiet life is already irrelevant to society. So seek to live that quiet life. in which way you seek to glorify God and to live according to His plan for you, and to live in a manner that honors Him in the eyes of men. And in the eyes of men, yes, and in your own personal life, yes, in your own personal life as well. The other thing is minding your business. Yo, I go think what's my business. There's something about minding your business that does not want to be minded. Listen. Today, if you're Kenyan, there's a blogger who makes money out of not minding his business. And I don't know. Minding your business is directly connected to gossip. And that is something that this babe has been struggling with, but God has been faithful, and He has just made it not as important to me as it used to be. Now, minding your business is necessary, because when you're minding your business, you don't have time to be in other people's business. You don't have time to dishonor God. You don't have time to do things that are not pleasing to God. Minding your own business, if you focused on what God has in store for you, you wouldn't have time to focus on other people's businesses that is irrelevant to you. When you're talking about other people's business that is irrelevant to you, the best way to describe it is gossip. Gossip, because one thing about gossip, it always leads to another sin, which is judgment, thinking that you're better than other people. Now, minding your own business will help you in the sense that it will keep you focused on the plan that God has for you. And that is a goal that we should all aspire to have. When we're seeking, you're just focusing on the plan that God has for you, regardless of whatever season you're in. Your goal is just to seek God and to be like, okay, God, I'm here now, what do you need from me? Or I'm here now, what are you trying to show me? Or I'm here now, how can I be more intimate with you in such a time as this? That is the goal of minding your own business. And the other part is working with your own hands, just as we instructed you to. Working with your own hands. Working with your own hands in the sense that whatever it is that God has allowed you to do, and as a means to which you earn a living, you do it to the best of your ability. I was telling the children that I teach, whatever it is that God has allowed you to do at such a time as this, whether it is school, whether it is work, whether it is taking care of people at home, whatever it is that God has allowed you to do, whatever it is that you do for the better part of your life, you need to do it to the best of your ability. Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 says, we do it as unto God and not to human beings. So that is how you need to approach whatever it is that you're doing with your hands. You do it to the best of your ability as unto God and not to human beings. And it can be challenging to do that because there are a lot of variables that you don't consider, but what powers you to work with your own hands? Is it your own strength and your own abilities? Is it the salary that you get, or is it the desire to glorify God in whatever you do? Is it the power of the Holy Spirit in you that is manifesting in whatever you're doing, or is it your own strength? Because if you do it in your own strength, then you'll run out of juice, you'll get tired. But if you're doing it by the power of the Holy Spirit in you, then you'll do it to the best of your ability. If you're doing it to glorify God and not to please your human masters, then you'll do it to the best of your ability. So in those three areas of life, one, living a quiet life, seeking to please God and to draw attention to God alone, to remove the spotlight away from you and to bring it to God. The other part, minding your business, seeking to do whatever it is and to run whatever the race that God has allowed you to run. And the other part is working with your own hands, doing everything to the best of your ability for the glory and honor of God. That is the verse that I really would like to encourage you to look at the next coming week and to focus on. Just think about it and let the power of God that is in you to continue to help you and to reveal to you more about this verse. So that is it for this week's video. I'm grateful that you tuned in. Thank you for your support, man. I really appreciate it. I don't take your support for granted, and if you watched up until now, please make sure that you like the video, and if you are not subscribed already, please do consider subscribing to my channel. I create faith-based content that is just help you and I grow in our faith for the glory and honor of God. And I will see you guys in my next. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. Yes. If you've not given your life to Christ and you watched this video up until now, remember, I'd like you to know that God desires to have a relationship with you. God desires to be known by you and to know you and to just grow with you so that you don't have to walk through life alone. Recently, I've been in a very interesting season. I am in a very interesting season. And in this season, I was questioning myself, what is the difference between a believer and an unbeliever? Because we go through the same thing. We go through pain, we go through hurt, we go through all that. And the difference between a believer and an unbeliever is the fact that even as I am going through pain and hurt, one, I'm not going through it alone. I am not, like, the beauty of being a believer is that you will never have to walk through circumstances alone. God says that He'll never leave us nor forsake us. So the beauty of being a believer is that you never go through life alone. And two, that everything, Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for our good, for the good of those who love the Lord. So those are the two beauties of being a believer. And for an unbeliever, you will go through all this pain, but it may be purposeless. It may just be pain. Because pain, we see it today. So my encouragement to you today is, don't let yourself walk through life alone. Allow God to guide you through life. Allow Him to be there for you. Allow Him to bring purpose to your life. So that is why I'm saying that if you have not given your life to Him, consider doing it. He is absolutely worth your time, and He loves you. He absolutely loves you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.